Is polarization the only way to measure something in the double slit experiment? No. There are lots of ways to measure stuff going through the slits. But the key here is that there is no passive way to do it. One of the lightest touches we can have in terms of detection is bouncing a photon off of an electron. That's one massless particle bouncing into one other particle. But that's still an interaction, and that is kind of a fundamental part of quantum mechanics. You cannot observe without interacting. And that interaction is the key part of wave-particle duality. When not interacting, a quantum particle acts like a wave in a substance. In this case, the substance is a quantum field. But we can't ever see that. We can only infer it, for example, via the interference pattern that we see in the double slit experiment. Whenever we observe a particle, it is because that particle is interacting. And particles only ever interact in a single space. So when not interacting, they're waves that are spread out, and when interacting, they interact in a single space. Wave-particle duality. So when there aren't polarization filters or any detectors lined up in the double slit experiment, they act like waves. They are not interacting as they go through the slits. But when they are interacting with something, which means that they have to act like point-like particles. So, the cool thing about this experiment isn't that us looking at it produces any result. The cool thing about this experiment is that it proves that things behave different ways if they are interacting or not interacting with stuff. Specifically, it proves that quantum objects are a little weird. Because, if you had two waves in water hit each other, they would interact all throughout the wave. But in the quantum world, that's not the case, or at least not usually the case. The interaction makes them behave like they exist only in one place, and without that interaction, they behave like they're a wave in a medium. Now, of course, this is a vast simplification because you can kind of add together quantum waves, but this happens after an interaction, sort of, and that's where Feynman diagrams come into play. And to explain Feynman diagrams, I'm gonna need another video because I'm out of time. Comment if you want to see that.